SWEETSZ TV, I'm back here with another video. As you can see, I have a new setup. I have guests. This is my first podcast video. So my special guest I have Kiana to my right here. I have Janaea and I have Dorothy. I wanted to add special guests to my video to make it more interesting and more exciting for you guys. So we're girls, so we could find time to talk about anything. Do you guys feel like women need men?
No.
No?
I feel like
You guys were way too quick.
Okay, no.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
look, I saw something think about it.
Right,
Hold
hold
on.
on.
Think about it.
You say no too?
Yeah, but I was like, wait, let me correct that. Let me
Yeah.
correct that.
Yeah, let me say
I
that.
think
I
in,
wouldn't
like,
even say that. I wouldn't even say that we don't. I feel like we don't need anybody, but it's okay to have a man in your life. But as far as just like needing them, yeah, I don't just need you. I feel like if you know that I need you, then you're gonna be like, okay, if I leave, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing without me, and I don't want nobody to feel like that now.
So I think personally, it's like, what do you need them for? It's more of a like the reason, certain things you need a man for, because as a woman, as a human, you do need a man for certain things.
Right.
You know? So
Right, exactly.
you may not need them for, I don't feel like a woman should feel like they need a man to survive or just, you know, be successful or just be a woman in general, as far as like keeping yourself up, like hair, nails, your toes, you know, just looking nice and loving yourself. I feel like a lot of women make it like that's a man's responsibility. Oh, he need to get my hair done, he need to get my nails done.
Right. I feel like
Buy
that's
me this
wrong.
person, buy me, no. You supposed to already come like that. And whatever he does is, you know, extra.
Right.
That's how I feel. So, like certain things, yes, we do need men for, like carrying groceries.
Taking the trash
You
out.
know, like
No, I agree with you because
Like-
that was almost a trick question. Y'all answered
Yeah.
too. We do need men. And I say that because, okay,
I feel like
say if you wanted to start a family,
there
you
you
need a
go.
man.
Right.
And not to just like, oh, have a baby and get pregnant,
Right.
but to like have a family
Yeah.
too.
Right.
And let's do one, like an example that's more simple. So you have your own house, you have your own whatever, you start dating a guy, and it's all about like, does he have certain qualities? Say you invite him to come live with you, or he invited you to come live with him. Does he know how to fix anything?
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like men carry like a leadership role in a way for like women, you know? But women always like carry themselves well, handle their own financials and everything like that. But I don't know, I feel like men are kind of like a guardian in a way,
But
you know?
even financially, we need. That's an area where I say
Yeah.
we need them.
It's always good to
Like,
come
of course, you
together.
don't need a man that doesn't, you know, bring to the table. But what about a man that does?
Yeah.
I feel like
A relationship is definitely
want,
50-50.
I want a man who brings to the table, of
Yeah.
course.
But I got my own
I can't.
attitude.
Yeah, I can't say I don't need a man who brings to the table. 'Cause I'm not gonna be dealing with a man who's not bringing to the table. But what I will say is, I don't need a man to be financially stable. Never have and never will.
Right.
So like, yeah, I want your money and I want you to pay for it, but I can, and I most definitely can without you.
Like if you don't got it, I got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Right, and I feel like that's like almost common, almost because it's not so common, but it should be common sense. Like, why would you, you know, date someone who's not on your level financially?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna weigh you down. Either way it goes. Love could be love. Lust could be lust.
It's
but
cute until the bills come in.
Right,
Right.
right. If you with somebody who is not on the same level as you financially, they're gonna weigh you down.
Yeah.
I feel like your partner needs to be on the same level
Or
in
higher.
every aspect, you know, mentally and what other.
And I feel like women are so willing to learn and willing to put themselves out there. You need your partner to like be on that same level.
Yeah.
Like men afraid to be on that level where you know, like I don't know.
I
Women
feel-
be different species. We have a different aura
Yeah.
about us.
And men don't like to open up at all. Like it takes so
Sometimes,
much to get
yeah.
a man to open up. Like you really gotta be, well for a lot of men, you really gotta be like that once like a special person to them, you know, to really get that other side of them, like to see what's going on in there for real.
Yeah,
what
that
type of-
vulnerable side.
Yeah, you know.
It takes a minute to knock down that
Versus
wall
women.
sometimes. Yeah. We be right at the back.
Yeah.
Give out the blueprint.
Yeah.
But I have another question. What was it for younger girls that are watching this and really answer this question like wholeheartedly? What has been, we're only 24, 25. still very young. We still have mistakes to come. What was, your biggest mistake that you made this far?
I will say it. I think like my biggest mistake when I was like 18, because I didn't have a mom around or any like positive women even in my life period. And the first man I met, the wrongest man you could ever run into as a young girl without parents or anybody to warn you about. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that took my life into a whole opposite direction for a while, where I was headed to. I was headed to college and everything. And when I met him, it kind of started partying and all that. And I just forgot about everything. So that was a big mistake. I feel like it was a traumatic situation in many ways. Nerves. Sorry, you guys. But that was my biggest mistake. I think not even reaching out to anybody when I was, it's a lot deeper than that.
Right.
But yeah.
When you say not positive women in your life, what do you mean by that?
Like the women I had, like my mom, she was on drugs and everything like that. My aunt, she never really had anything together. She's always worried about the wrong things. Her baby dad, my uncle, was on a lot of drugs. Just nothing really negative around. I mean positive around us, And I feel like when I ran into that negative man, I didn't know. I didn't see any signs. I was like, okay, cool. He's like, let's party, let's do this and that.
Like that's your happy place.
And I feel like if I had like a good woman figure to be like, hey, baby girl, these are all red flags. This is not where you need to be, who you need to be talking to.
So how long did it take you to like it catch up with you? Like, yo, it just hit me.
It took. See, from the jump, I already knew. So he was like, I'm gonna just say, you guys, so we're not judging or nothing. So he was kind of like one of those like pimp-like figures, and I had no idea. I'm a square as hell. So I'm losing my train of thought here. What did you just ask me? Losing my train of thought.
What did I ask?
When did you know? When did you know?
Oh, when did I know? So my first thing was certain words and things he would say, and I'm like, I gotta get out of here. He's talking about, this woman I have and these women, and just his aggression that I would see like on the low sometimes, and how he would talk to other people and shit like that. But I still didn't like run the other way.
How long did it take you to realize?
I'll say like 2.5 years to actually get out of there. No, once it got to a certain point, I'm like, I'm out of here. Definitely cannot stay here no longer.
At least you got out of there.
That's what
That's good.
It was a bad situation.
Because a lot of girls get trapped.
They do. I even had a lot of friends I knew even get stuck there in that. And I'm like, try to warn them, but they're thinking, oh, she's jealous because, this is her ex nigga. I'm like, no, I'm gonna try to tell you this is a bad person.
Right.
This is a bad man.
Right, this is a spiritual
Warning, sis.
This is your red flag.
Hey,
What else did you do? What's your biggest mistake?
Honestly, let me just be real. Let's just say accountability and, what I allowed, because just like what she said, Dorothy, like we allow so much as women, and we'll say, like, what I notice with myself is that I'm always like, no, I want to take my time. No, I don't want to do this. No, I'm not going to do that. And then I'll turn around and still be like, okay, I'm still going to hang around you. Okay, it's cool. I'm not, but see, I want to allow too much, but it's like I'm still allowing that person to converse with me.
Right.
Or
Not
engage
setting
in
your boundaries.
Right. I'm not standing my ground and everything. So that's what I really started to notice about myself, is that was my biggest mistake, is not standing my ground and holding those boundaries, to the highest standard. That's what I didn't do. So if I could go back in time, I definitely would stand my ground when it came to them boundaries, because.
What about now?
Oh yeah, definitely. They ain't locked.
Right.
I'm sorry. They are locked down. Locked it down.
Okay.
I would say, I wish I would have started my journey to real success earlier on. Cause I've been on my own for a lot of years now, and I feel like when I did really become on my own, around 19, I feel like I procrastinated for too long. I took too long to graduate. I took too long to figure out what I was really passionate about, so I could see what I wanted to do in life. But better late than never, and I'm here now. So
Right, took too long. What do you mean? You just turned 25.
I know, but I feel like I'm 25 now, so now I'm like, okay, I gotta do this, and I need to do this. I feel like I'm so hard on myself. I expect so much from myself by the time I turn 30. So I feel like if I would have started all this when I was 21, maybe I would have so much more right now at 25. But that's just me being crazy in the head. Yeah. You know?
I could say my biggest mistake when I was a teenager is I was kind of not airheaded, but kind of heads in the clouds. I didn't know what direction I really wanted to go. I saw so much, and I was back and forth from Sacramento to LA in my high school years. I went to like 4 different high schools, so I just feel like I had so many options, and I didn't know which way to go. And I was always a relationship type girl, but I wanted more than that at the same time, like more than a relationship. So I'm not like, oh, Dixie, I don't know what to do without a guy or anything. But that was my biggest distraction, dating and guys. And when I would get involved with them, my whole plan I would forget about it. And so that would be my biggest mistake, was dating too early, not focus on my success, my accomplishments at a young age. Like, I try to tell my cousins that now, like, I have a cousin that's about to graduate in May. And I try to tell them, like, you need to be thinking about your career now, right now.
Right.
Don't be thinking about
Don't
dating.
wait.
Don't think about partying. Oh, I just want to take a little break after I graduate high
always
school. No, do something. Have a plan. You know, I really wish I had a better plan for myself when I graduated high school.
Exactly. And I think that's kind of what I was aiming at too. Like, I just got totally distracted by just that person and just not focusing on anything. And then, you know, you have to start at the right time, because now I'm 25.
Right.
Like you said, I could have accomplished so much more already.
That was 7 years ago when it was
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, we're like,
So I would say, so advice for young women, I would say just pay attention and stay on track, and don't get distracted.
Don't be caught up in these boys.
Yes.
Right.
And they'll come later.
They
Everything
will
will
always be.
I did want to talk about another topic.
Hit us with it.
Let's go. Let's go.
So I don't know if I'll say it right, because it's called polygamy. Am I saying
polygamous?
Polygamous.
Oh,
Okay.
girl.
Have you guys considered? I actually know you experienced that. But have you guys considered having that type of relationship?
It's a no.
I
was giving my answer.
It gets really messy. It gets very messy.
For me, I used to consider it, but just recently, within the past year, I've been like, no, I just can't, because I feel like, you know, I want to have my own partner. I don't want to be sitting over here sharing and doing all that. The main thing that I hear that everybody talks about when it comes to that is income. And I feel like 2 people can have an income. Why do we need like 3, 4, 5 people just to make extra income?
Yeah.
Because that, to me, it's like it's a relationship. That doesn't even make sense, you know?
Well,
I'm sorry.
here's what I think. I think that question, people really think of what they would do instead of really looking at like the outside in, right? So for me, it's a no to. It's a no to, and for me right now at least. But if I had to consider it, I would consider all like the good possibilities and like the good things that would come out of it. Like, that's 3 people in one house.
Right.
You know, if it was another girl, I don't know. Like, I've been in a relationship for like 3-4 years.
Okay, but what do you mean if you had to consider it? What do you mean by that?
Like this question, if I had to consider it because of this question, I'm like, I'm just thinking of all the good
Okay, but
I
say
don't know how to
like,
word
say
it.
like you got your bond. Okay, so say you got your bond with your man.
okay, listen. I went through something after I had my first kid where I just wasn't that, I didn't have a sex drive like that. And, you know, for like it lasted for like a whole year. And I was like, damn, it really didn't even start to dawn on me until I started to think about it, like, well, what's up with your sex drive? And that's when I actually started to consider it. I'm like, cause, you know, of course, we're women, we want to naturally just please our man.
Right.
And I just started to consider it for many reasons. I'm like, third woman, what if I trust this woman? Right? What if I get along with this woman?
Right.
You know, what if this woman adds to the house? She'll be able to help me out with my children. She'll be able to tend to my man when I want to.
Right.
She'll be able to, you know, help out financially. That's a lot of good
quality.
Yeah.
But for me, it's still a no.
Yeah.
Just because, like you said, it gets messy. That's what I
It gets
already know.
really messy.
Can I piggyback on what you just said real quick? So like, it's like how you said basically, like, cause you lost your sex drive for a while, and just things like that that last for a while, and just naming all the good stuff about it. Now, the reason why I said it's a no is because as far as another woman just being in a relationship with me and my man, I'm not like for that, you know, like I'm not there. I'm not there
Right.
yet. So, but as far as us having a little, you know, I feel like we can bring her in when I say so. Like what I was talking about with my man is I'm like, we're gonna have another girl around, you know, bringing in and out. It's gonna be on my terms, you know. On my terms. That's it. That's all.
Right.
Y'all don't have.
Right, because I would be mad as
Yeah,
fuck.
like,
I came
y'all
home
don't
from work.
right. You feel me? Like, where? You where?
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to walk in and see you laid up with this bitch. Shut up. Like, what are you doing? So, I don't know. I don't think I'm mature enough. I guess I'm not mature enough, you know, to be accepting of that. So, yeah. So, I know.
I would say looking into the future, it would be a no. But at first,
Tell us about your experience.
All right. So the situation was, I had a girlfriend, so it was kind of more or less like looking for like some masculinity, and, you know, sex too, you know, per se. And we were dating. Our relationship was so solid, like, you know what I'm saying. So it wasn't like a male would come in and mess anything up, but it just got messy because a lot of jealousy played a part, obviously, and kind of dwindled down a lot like that, but. It was fun, I think, for the sex and then just having the best of the both worlds, to be honest, and having two partners. It wasn't necessarily like the financials of it, like that's always a plus, but we weren't really focused on that. I think it was just the relationship period.
What got messy?
The jealousy and things like that, like, you know, the other partner getting jealous of the alone time that you would spend. You know, even though you agree upon it, when the situation does present itself, it's like.
Yeah, and that's why
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You like
You want to bring that person in when you want to, not when they coming on that right wrong.
And this may even sound this is pretty contradicting, but I feel like if I was like with my man, it would be awkward bringing him to another girl into it. It's just it's contradicting, you know, because I did it, but now since I'm with a man, it's just we don't need nobody else. We're chilling.
And financially, I don't want to come in a relationship and spend my money on both of y'all.
Like, girl,
I'm really tired.
Come in the relationship with a bag.
I'm tired. I gotta do it with two people.
Right. I didn't think of that.
That's energy. And I barely be having energy for one.
Like, my sex drive is not that high. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't want to have sex with two people every day.
Right.
It's not.
Gotta get hit.
It does get tired.
No.
But that's why it's two of you, though.
But it's fun at the
Let's
same
be
time.
honest, it's reality. We're not having sex every day, even if it's like just two people in a relationship.
But some people in a fresh relationship, they be doing that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm not having sex every day. I'm telling you.
That's why the person you add on would have to catch them on what's gonna be going on. Like, this is what you're being, you know, brought into. This is the type of relationship it is.
Yes.
That's why I said on my terms.
But I would say it was fun. It was fun for the most part, but I'm cool.
It's like a bucket list.
So
thing.
once you said once you feel like, you know, you experienced it with the man, you're like, okay, what the hell with the woman?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know.
I'm not gonna be honest, because I followed you in your room, and I know. And I'm sorry.
No.
Oh,
You're okay. I'm so sorry. You're okay. You're okay, guys.
Okay, can I ask you something?
Yeah,
Sorry,
go ahead.
did you like girls first or men first?
I was bisexual, so I'm still bisexual.
So like,
so like it disappeared.
let me ask this then. Would you choose a girl over a boy, or are you gonna choose sexually, mentally, whatever, like a girl over a boy, or a boy over a girl?
It's honestly who I vibe with, and then like, you know, it's not necessarily like I'm looking directly at a person like, you know, worried about the sex or anything like that. It's like, okay, I'm getting along with this person, I feel comfortable with them, we like the same shit, you know what I mean? That's just how it is. It's not.
So I was just like, I asked that because how you said.
Feel free to ask me anything.
Right. I asked that because you said how you got a man now, you like forget that. I feel like me personally, from liking girls and boys, once I deal with a girl so much, it's like I'm back to my nigga. Like
That's
I
kind of
wanna
how.
you know,
That's kind of how I feel in a way, and I don't want to sound
Is
kind
this
of
your
goofy
first
for that.
male experience?
Yeah,
That's
that's
why I'm
my
like-
second male experience.
I'm like, and the first one was bad, so
The
this
first one
was
was
good for
trash.
you for sure. Like,
Mhm.
evidence. It's like,
Yeah.
No, I'm there. I'm already there.
That's
Like, I still look at girls. I'm like, okay, they're really pretty, but I think it's far for like a relationship with another girl. I don't think so.
Yeah, same here.
Was it hard for you to leave?
It was very hard.
Girl.
Very close, but
Yeah.
I mean, it was a really messy situation.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, I feel like I did wrong in the situation, but it was the one relationship was just failing. We shouldn't have brought another person in at the time of it failing.
Right.
Right. Okay.
So if you are ever thinking about the polygamy thing, make sure your relationship
The right
is
time.
strong.
Yeah.
Because one person may stray away, or the relationship will just break off. Period.
Yeah, I
The
feel
original one.
Do you guys still follow each other?
No.
Yep, see, that's how
I normally am for girls.
women, yeah,
Mhm.
women are just, I mean, at least
Oh, so
for
it didn't
me,
end good.
No.
Yeah.
And then the pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
a lot, that's how a lot of,
But I understand it. It was a really messy situation.
Yeah.
You know, I hope in the future maybe we could talk and figure things out. But as of now, it got messy. So.
yeah. I know what you mean.
I know. I never, and it's crazy because I never really, like, you know how women just go through the ups and downs, the
Yes.
mountains and all
Yeah.
that shit with niggas. I haven't been there yet. I did it with a girl.
Yes.
Like, it was a
You
girl
did?
who, it was
Yes.
a girl who broke me
Yes.
down for real. Like,
Oh
it was
my
really-
God.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's why I'm like, I'm to a point where it's like, who else?
Wait, are we name dropping?
No, I'm not name dropping.
Okay.
I'm not speaking though ever again.
Oh,
But
how
it's
long
like-
was the relationship?
it was like a year long, like, you know, and it was just like, it was some messy ass fucking shit. Like, it was, I was with
I didn't know you dated a girl for a year.
Yeah, I did. I was with her while I was pregnant. I was with her after I had my baby. You feel me? And then after that, it was like, okay, I don't even really like niggas no more. You know, now that I know what this hitting for. You know, now I know what this is like. So, I feel like dealing with the same sex is like double the emotion. You know, like
Oh,
double
yeah.
the attachment, double everything. You know,
Absolutely.
especially with women, it's so
Yeah.
different. It's so hard to detach from a woman
It
because
is.
we love different. You feel me? So like, I've always been able to leave a nigga. I done left every nigga I ever dealt with. I'm telling you.
Never
But this,
hard.
I cannot.
I'm sorry for me. I've dealt with
that.
not when I say
So
deal
much.
with, it's never been like on a relationship.
Yeah.
But I've got down with girls
It's a
before,
roller coaster.
and of course I prefer men.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, like, especially if we're just talking about the sex. I'm like, I'm always gonna choose.
Yeah, no,
The
see,
real one.
no,
Like-
yeah, I was not choosing for so long.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't. I can't believe I was like that. Like, even though my family was like, you really don't fuck niggas? I was like, no, I'm fucking bitches.
Girls
Yeah,
get
I
so
mean,
for
real,
into
for
me
real.
really quickly.
Yeah.
Like they even like I gotta go into that.
You
Girls
ready to
get
get
so
into
much
it?
boring.
Yeah.
And I've already had like really close like friendships where I kind of feel like this bitch is like my girlfriend. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even-
Yeah.
I got that.
Right.
Yeah.
We all have that one friend. It's like, damn, I answer the phone every day.
But I'm that friend though. I'm that friend. Well, I used to be. I used to really be that friend though. So I get it.
Yeah. I mean, I dated a tranny, and that.
Tell us about that.
Well, I mean, let me just be honest.
But wait.
So,
Wait, don't
What
say
kind?
Yeah,
it
I'm
was,
like,
it was
yeah.
a girl transitioning into a
Male.
male.
Okay.
So
I
there
have so much questions. Okay.
Yes, it
I
wasn't
did
a
too.
full,
Real quick,
full
can I use the
transition.
bathroom real quick, y'all?
Yeah, it's,
I'm
it's
sorry,
the same one, though.
but can we like, I want to hear this.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm pregnant, you guys, so I'm gonna be really bad. I'll be right back. Oh, you gonna be pissed? Should we just like, how should we do that? Like, should I use the bathroom and how should I pause it?
No, so it was a girl transitioning into a male, and it wasn't a full transition yet. I was actually with them while they were trying to transition, and never did. I'm gonna strictly say never did because let's just start with the hormones, the stuff that they have to take in order to be a male.
Oh, they be tripping.
Yes, and it makes you know we as women already have our emotions, and it's like a roller coaster. It's like a spiraling thing, and that's what it was for me. Whenever I dated actual women, it was like I'm spiraling or like my emotions are all over the place. But then when I actually dated this person, it was like they had a lot of problems sexually. Like we couldn't be like they were not like comfortable being intimate.
Or being touched.
They couldn't even be satisfied because it was like oh no, I just don't like my parts down there. So I was like, dang, so you still want me to do it, but you're not even enjoying it? Like,
Right.
what kind of fun is that? That was one of the things, and then just the mood switch.
Yeah.
All those mood switches. One minute you're happy, the next minute you're frustrated.
Women, you already go through hell.
Right. And it's like they have to think like how a man would think. So it's like dealing with a woman and a man in one body. And for me, it just got to be too much. I was just like, yeah, I can't deal with this.
And after a while, I'm like, you want to be a bitch for a nigga.
Basically.
And
What
really,
you
I'm the
acting
type of
like? Let me
woman,
know.
like, I'm
Right.
like,
Act like a bitch from a choo-choo.
Right.
I'm too aggressive for another
Exactly.
female. Like, it takes a man to tame me because
That's-
we're gonna end up fighting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end up fighting.
Yeah. I need to be submissive. Yeah, like I love to be a submissive woman, so I want that dominant energy around me.
Not fake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I need that real dominant, energy. Like, you can check me every once in a while, but don't do it too much.
Yeah, like when, that's why.
Because even with our nigga, we'll be like, shut the
That's
Right.
Like,
listen.
yeah, that's why I feel like even with dealing with women now, I'm kind of cool off like dealing with studs and like
Yeah.
I don't know, they be hella insecure. They sometimes they really be thinking they men.
I
You know,
think
it's
they,
like
yeah, like
no,
really,
I'm not,
really
I'm
insecure.
not with that. It's the insecurities for me. Like, what's wrong with
They
you?
all
Like,
wanna fight you.
man, I'm not going.
That's
for
how I
that.
feel about
and that's
like,
the problem too.
gay males. Like, it's okay to be gay, but I hope I don't offend you.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like gay males, like if you wanna like gay males, that's cool, fine, but you don't have to act like a woman.
Don't be trying to fight me.
Because that's what kind of confuses a lot of younger people too,
Yeah.
and me. Like when I was young, I used to be like, okay, well.